him, but then he'll get a spin move.
Gets away from a sack. Watson throws to the end zone. He does it.
I'm not a receiver, homie. I don't run routes. I'm a quarterback in this game. Something like Dan Fouts.
Wrap up escapes again. Deshaun Watson, Houdini again in the pocket.
It seems like he got eyes in the back of his head. He knows what's going to happen next. I don't think none of it. So honestly, he could try to make something happen and make something shit. He's so big, I think it applies well.
Last week, Deshaun Watson had 5 touchdown passes, no picks, in a game for the 3rd time in his career. That puts him in incredible company. Look at these guys. Drew Brees, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Ben Roethlisberger, and Aaron Rodgers are the only quarterbacks to do that at least 3 times in NFL history. Here's Deshaun Watson and his head coach, Bill O'Brien, mic'd up in there.
Hey, let's go. Every play counts. Every play.
Here we go.
Let's rock, baby. Let's leave it good.
All right, Deshaun, keep it like this, okay? Let's just be careful here. Yeah.
Deshaun going downfield and incomplete.
Just make sure, just take that extra second. I know exactly what you were thinking, but you just gotta be Peyton Manning and get right up there and be like, hey, look what I'm doing.
Deshaun firing to the end zone. Caught, touchdown, Jared Bell. Nice job. Watson throwing downfield. And he's got far across the 15, 10, 5. Rock and roll. And the Texans are rolling on offense.
Gotta go, Deshaun! Gotta go!
Deshaun gets the
Still more coming on Countdown. Game picks are on the way. We'll pick Deshaun's game against the Chiefs and the Niners-Rams game. Rex is going to help you out. He was 5-0 last week. You got to listen to this guy.
There you go.
And to buy Snickers.
The Seahawks in Cleveland today, a big matchup there. They try to continue their strong start. It's almost time for kickoff, which means it's time to go inside the tunnel for some last-minute news and notes, starting with Josina Anderson right there in Cleveland.
Well, thanks, Sam. Moments ago, I saw Odell Beckham Jr. and Jarvis Landry walking right out of this tunnel. That was probably the most focused I've seen their faces in the 3 games I've covered at First Energy Stadium this season. But they know what they have to do. Matter of fact, Seahawks linebacker Bobby Wagner told me when he saw them play on Monday, they were getting a little bit too cute on offense and got away from the run. So they know what they need to do. Now let's send it over to Diana, who's in Kansas City.
Josie and I just came in from the field where I saw Tyreek Hill fielding punt returns. I told you he was a ball of energy with the receivers. Well, you should have seen him out on the field with this group. You can tell he wants to be part of this. Now, whether or not the coaching staff lets him do this in his first game back, we'll have to see. Now, let's send it over to Dan Graziano in Minnesota.
Diana, I just got back from watching Stephon Diggs warm up on the field by playing catch with fans. He seems in good spirits, though it's no secret he's been upset about some things lately. Wide receiver Adam Thielen told me all the stuff that's been going on around here has guys working with a little bit more anger and a little bit more urgency. And a couple of Vikings people told me they wouldn't be surprised if Diggs had a big game today. Sam?
They're sure hoping to see that. Let's get back to Arrowhead, where these Kansas City fans are fired up despite a lackluster game from their offense, only putting up 13 points last week. Maybe they're excited, Teddy, today because they get Tyreek Hill back, who Diana Rossini just told us might be fielding some punts. Time for our choice decisions, brought to you by Subway. So, you know what's at stake in this game, Teddy. Who you taking, Texans or the Chiefs?
Who's not excited for the Tyreek to be back is Romeo Purnell, that defensive coordinator for the Houston Texans, because you're going to see what type of difference Tyreek Hill makes, not only for himself, but for Mahomes and all the other receivers and Kelsey. I'm going to go with the Kansas City Chiefs on this one.
Teddy, I tell you what, we all know Deshaun Watson is Michael Jordan, right? That's the Michael Jordan. Well, Pat Mahomes, he happens to be Bill Russell today, and he's got John Havlicek and Tyreek Hill back. I'm going to go with the Celtics. I mean, I'm going to go with the Chiefs.
I'm with
You had the Celtics.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, last week's performance didn't go so well for the Kansas City Chiefs. The Indianapolis Colts, led by Houston, got up on them early. J.J. Watt has to put his stamp on this game. I'm going with the Houston Texans.
I like the Texans' speed, but I really like the fact that Tyreek
Hill is back. I'm taking the Chiefs, especially since Diana just said he's catching punts. I mean, if he's feeling good enough to catch punts, he's feeling good enough to be the real Tyreek Hill today.
That's right. Another quarterback matchup that's going to be interesting is in this Seahawks and Browns game. Teddy, who are you taking in Cleveland?
This will still be continue to be a season for ups and downs for the Cleveland Browns, but I think they bounce back, and this is going to be an up for them. Chubb's going to have a big game. They'll get that running game going. I think Baker makes enough plays. I'm going to go with the Cleveland Browns.
I agree with you. I'm taking Cleveland also. They haven't won a, and you know, I really got to believe in it to pick them. But look, they haven't won a game at home. But I look at it this way. Josina talked about Odell Beckham and Jarvis Landry. Hey, when they beat the Ravens, over half their yards were run after the catch. That's what they got to get going on. And Nick Chubb, that's where the offense got to run.
You wear that brown suit on purpose?
But I'm going
there you go.
Experience versus inexperience. There's a lot of inexperience over there in Cleveland. I believe in a lot of Pete Carroll, Bobby Wagner, Russell Wilson, and those guys in Seattle. They have to contain Russell Wilson, and I don't think they are able to do that. Got to go with the Seahawks.
I don't love the West Coast team in a 1 o'clock game, but I'm going to go back to what Randy said earlier in the show. MVP. That's the kind of year that Russell Wilson is having right now. I'm betting on Russell Wilson and the Seahawks today.
All right, I was going to go with the Seahawks. Now I'm a little confused when Josina was talking about harvest moon, a full moon? What's going on with OBJ? Apparently he's going to have a really big day, so I might regret that pick. Let's get to the 49ers and the Rams. We know no Todd Gurley in this game. It's going to need to be a big game for Malcolm Brown to help out Jared Goff, but George Kittle playing a little banged up with that groin injury, so who are you taking, Penny?
Yeah, and the Niners are missing a couple offensive linemen also. I mean, I like what the Niners are doing, but I just think the Rams coming off of a Thursday night game with 10 days off, they'll be rested, they'll have a good plan, they'll be ready to go. I think the Rams will take this one.
You know, I look at this one. This is a tough one. I've been back and forth on this one, but no Todd Gurley, okay. So I'm going to rely on the fans. Give me the who's got the most fans of the game? Obviously, the Rams. Oh, not so fast. 52% of the fans are there to see the 49ers. I'm going to take the 49ers to keep it rolling.
This is a battle of two great young offensive minds. I like both coaches, but I love the performance by the San Francisco 49ers that they were able to put up Monday night, led by maybe rookie of the year, Mr. Bosa. I got to go with what I see. I'm going with the 49ers.
I think this is the best game of the weekend. I really do. I think this is the best game. I think it'll be the most points, most scoring, most touchdowns, all that stuff. I'm going to go with Goff over Garoppolo. I just believe in Goff a little bit more.
I'll be interested to see if the Rams win. Do you think Richard Sherman will let people back on the bandwagon?
You're
an idiot. It could be interesting to watch how he handles that post-game press conference. This guy might have something to say about that. Rocking the little man bag coming into the game.
He can take whatever he wants.
Hoping to get after Jimmy G early and often.
Can I check?
You're off your game when you're hungry. Eat a Snickers.
In celebration of the NFL's 100th season, we look back at this date in NFL history. October 13th, 1991. Deion Sanders returned to kickoff for a touchdown for the first time in his career, taking it back 100 yards against the 49ers. The score gave the Falcons a touchdown lead in the third quarter, in a game Atlanta eventually won at Candlestick Park. It was the first of 3 career touchdown returns for Deion, with the other 2 both coming a year later during the 92 season.
Wednesday on ESPN and on the ESPN app, another NBA preseason doubleheader for you. Hawks and Knicks from MSG at 8 Eastern. Then it's out to the Staples Center for Steph and the Warriors taking on LeBron and the Lakers. Our coverage begins at 7 Eastern with NBA Countdown. Plus, at night after the games with John Anderson and Kenny Mayne on SportsCenter, they'll have Steelers-Chargers post-game with both teams looking to bounce back, and Yankees-Astros Game 2 coverage with analysis. SportsCenter, 11 Eastern on ESPN and the ESPN app. Okay, so in case you didn't know, there is a game currently airing on NFL Network. Yes, that would, I like it. At Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Listen to you.
I'm working on that.
On the
The Panthers and the Bucks in London. Third quarter, Bucks down 20-7. Winston, well, we've seen this before. Over the middle, intercepted by Luke Kuechly.
This guy is great.
The 10-yard.
That
was Jameis's third interception and fourth turnover of the game. Panthers' next play. Jet sweep to Curtis Samuel for the touchdown.
Okay.
Panthers take the 27-7 lead. The score right now is 37-26. A little bit over a minute left to go. Guys, I want to start with Jameis Winston because this is something that there's been a lot of conversation about over the past few years. Did they know if they really had their franchise quarterback, weren't ready to give him the fifth-year option, weren't ready to extend him? This is his fifth career game with at least 4 turnovers. That's 3 more than any quarterback in the league since 2015. Matt, what are you thinking about this guy?
I mean, he does not get gun shy. I think that really everyone was trying to see what is this marriage with Bruce Arians and Jameis going to look like? Like maybe this is the guy that it's the perfect fit. No risk it, no biscuit. He's a guy that doesn't care about turnovers. Jameis turns it over a little bit, too much. Clearly, when you turn the ball over 5 times, you're not going to win any game. So they have to fix that. Until they fix that, they're just going to be what they've always been.
And there's sometimes in a defensive game plan, you just don't want to be too complex because you just want to let the quarterback be who he is. And who Jameis is, if you play conservative defense, get your